Today in math, we're going to be looking at place values. Okay, today our learning objective is we will be modeling multi-digit numbers using base 10 blocks. Okay, but before we begin that, I have two numbers that I wrote on the board, and I'm going to ask you guys if you could tell me if anybody could tell me which number is bigger.
20.
Don't fall out. Diamond?
21.
Okay. Can anybody else have another answer? Olivia? 21 is bigger? Another answer besides 21. How come both numbers have 2 in it, and both numbers have a 1 in it? So how come they're not equal? Okay? Now, this is today's lesson. We're going to learn about place value. Okay? And place value is a value, the digit, and is in a number. And you say to myself, Mr. Highsmith, what is a digit? And a digit is a number, symbols from 0 to 9. So any number from 0 to 9 is considered a digit. So when you have a double-digit number, such as 12, you want to know which place value, or which number has the exact value for its place that it's in. To help us with our lesson, we're going to be using unit cubes, we're going to be using base 10 cubes, we're going to be using 100 squares, and we're going to be using 1,000 blocks. Okay? So now, I just want to show you what 21 looks like as we're using our base 10 blocks. Some of you guys said 21 is more than 12. And whoever said that, they're absolutely correct. Okay? If you notice, there are 2 base 10 blocks in the tens column. Therefore, if you add both of those blocks up, they equal to 20. If you have 1 unit block in the square, in the ones place, then that equals to 21. Once you add it to 20 plus 1, that equals 21. When you look over here at the number 12, there's only 1 base 10 cube in the tens column. And then when you look to the right of it, there's only 2 cubes, 2 unit cubes in the ones place. So therefore, once you add those two numbers together, you get a total of 12. So you notice here that you have more cubes over here than you have over here. That's what tells you the value of the number that you're looking at. Okay? So now, what we're going to do is we're going to review some quick vocabulary before we fill out our chart on our own. So when you go back to your desk, this is what I expect you to do. Okay? The first definition I want you to be familiar with is standard form. Standard form is the usual way that we write a number. Okay? So if you see a number like this, 125, we notice that there are 3 digits in that number, 125. But this is the normal way that we write the number. But each digit in this number has a specific value. Okay? Expanded form is the way to write numbers by adding the values together. So what you're pretty much doing is you're separating the values of the numbers, and then you're adding them together. You're separating them so that you can see how much they're worth independently, and then once you combine them together, you'll come back with a standard number like the one you have here. Okay, so in standard form, I'm going to come up with a number. Okay, the place values that we're looking at in 3rd grade are the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, the thousands place, and the 10,000s place. Okay? So I'm going to come up with a number. I'm going to say 1,425. Okay? So now, what I'm going to do so that I can understand how much the value of each number is in the place value chart is I'm going to write the number here. And it says how many? It says how many numbers are in the 10,000s place? I don't have any numbers in the 10,000s place. I'm going to put 0. You say how many numbers are in, what number is in the thousands place? And you're going to say 1. The 1 is in the thousands place. Then you're going to identify what number is in the hundreds place. And you see here, you have a 4 in the hundreds place. In the tens place, we have the number 2. We're going to write 2 tens. And then in the ones place, we have 5 ones. Okay? So in expanded form, what does that look like? In expanded form, it now looks like this. Excuse me. excuse me, children. It looks like 1,000 plus 400 plus 20 plus 5 ones. And if we were to combine those numbers together, then it would look like 1,425. Okay? So to check my comprehension of this matter, I'm going to use my base 10 blocks. Okay? So I have my base 10 blocks. We know that the long cube represents 10 blocks. The small square represents 1 unit cube. The big flat square represents 100. And this cube represents 1,000. Okay? So now, what am I going to do? I have the number 1,425. So how many numbers do I have in the thousands place? I have 1. So I'm going to use 1,000th cube to represent the value in the thousands place. Okay? That represents my cube. And then I say, well, how many numbers are in, how many hundreds are in the hundreds place? And it tells you here I have, how many hundreds do I have? 4. So how many hundred squares am I going to need? 4. So I'm going to put 400 squares in the 100 space. How many 10s do I have here? I have 2 10s. So how many base 10 cubes am I going to put in the 10s place? I'm going to put 2 base 10 cubes. Right? And then how many ones do I have? I say I have 5 ones. So I'm going to take 5 of the cubes, and then I am going to put them into 1 place. Okay? That helps me as a guide to understand the value of the number that we're looking at. Okay? Another example. Besides the base 10 blocks, in real life we use money. Okay? So to put this into practical real world use, I'm going to say to myself, well, I'm going to give a number because there's no $1,000 bill, so I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to say 515. So I'm going to ask myself again, how many hundreds do I have? 5. I have 500. Then I'm going to ask myself again, how many 10s do I have? And I say, oh, I have 1 10. Then I say to myself again, okay, how many ones do I have? And then I say I have 5 ones. Okay? And as I write them in expanded form, I know that 500 looks like this. 500 plus 110 plus 5 ones. Okay? So that lets me know the value of each digit in the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do now is, instead of using the base 10 blocks, I'm going to use money. Alright? So now, I'm going to ask myself the question again. How many ones dollar bills am I going to put into this spot? So I say I have 5 ones. So I'm going to put $5 right here. Right? 5 $1 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I ask myself again, how many $10 bills do I have? 1. So I'm going to use 1 $10 bill. All right? Then I ask myself, how many $100 bills do I have? 500. So now I'm going to $500 bills. We all know what the denomination of the money look like, right? This is $100. This is $1. And this is the $10. Okay? So now, when you go back to your table, what I want you to do is I'm going to give each person a graphic organizer, and when you get back to your table, I'm going to give you either base 10 blocks of money, and then you're going to be able to now fill in this chart using the information that fill in your chart using the information that I have given you. Okay? We ready? Okay, let's go. group graphic organizer. I have a specific place value that I want you to focus on, okay? And the value that I want you to focus on is highlighted in yellow, okay? You don't have to worry about the other numbers because that's coming with the second part of the activity, okay? So just, I want you to look at the highlighted place value, and I want you to, I'm going to give you base 10 blocks and I'm going to give you money, and I'm going to allow you. Okay, give me that. I'm gonna, no, I want you to have this one. Okay. And I'm gonna allow you to fill in your graphic organizer. Everybody have their pencils?
Yes.
Blocks, and I'm going to give you base 10 blocks. I'm going to give you base 10 blocks. And you guys, the rest of you guys are going to get money. Okay? If you need. I have, yes? You're using base 10 blocks. Oh, 1 second. All right, so once you get your pencils, guys, you may begin. Once I give you your pencils and your money or your manipulatives, you may begin. Hold on, you need singles. Hold on, you need singles. How many hundred people do you want? Okay, yes. Okay, so how many base 10 blocks are we going to use? We don't have them, but how many would you use if you were answering that question? Okay, so what I need you to do is just draw 7 base 100 squares for me if you can. Okay? All right. Yes.
I have money.
Look at the highlighted number. What place is it? What place is highlighted?
10.
The 10. So what denomination are we using?
10.
We're using $10 bills. Good. So how many $10 bills are you using?
9.
Let me see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, good. So understand this from 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. That equals how many hundreds?
7.
Right. So you're adding all of those, but you need to get a total. Give me a grand total.
700.
Excellent. Okay, now, what you were supposed to focus on was the highlighted digit. You focused on everything, which is good, but that wasn't a part of the instructions, okay? No, it's okay, it's okay. Because look, now I want you to indicate what number did I highlight, because I need to know.
100.
The 100th place. So just put underline each number that represents the 100th place, okay? All right, so you guys, we're almost done. Who's done? Okay. All right, so now guys, what I need you to do is I need you to just open up to your math journals. You guys have your math journals? I'm going to pass your math journals out, okay? And then I want you to explain to me in your math journal the activity that we just conducted today. And I want you to explain to me what you learned, okay? And what support you use to help you in your learning, okay? And what support did we use today as we were learning? We learned face value, but what did we use to help our learning? Yes? We use face?
Money and base 10.
Excellent, okay? So don't forget to include that in your journal, okay guys? Just push, when you finish with your paper and your money, just push it to the center of the table, and I'll collect it in a second, okay? Yeah. Now, how much is 9 tenths equal to? Get it right, okay, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, but 9 tenths equal how much? Count by 10. You remember how to count by 10? Right. Excellent. So that needs to be written down there. That is 90. Okay, so you know you guys are putting your name, put your heading at the top of the page. Yes? Say that one more time.